How to crochet a simple coaster. Hello everyone! So today I'm going to show you guys how to make these really simple but cute coasters. Now you can make them in different types of yarn. So for example here I used quite a thick, almost chunky weight yarn, and it created quite a big coaster. You can also make it with thinner yarn, smaller hook, whatever you want. You can also use multiple colors. So this one is very plain. Just with our wooden table, I just thought it looked really nice. But I've also made them before, and then I've changed color every single round, and it just creates a really fun, colorful effect. I think it almost looks like a wheel with spokes. It's just really easy, simple, but just a little bit of interest right there just makes it stand out a little bit more and not be as simple as if I would just double crochet the entire thing. Now, so let's just get started, because really, if you know how to crochet, then you can make this. I promise you. So let's just get started making a coaster. Now I'm going to use a bit thinner thread for this tutorial to show you guys, because this wool is also a little bit like it splits quite easily when crocheting. So it's just going to be a bit tricky to explain it using this yarn. So let's get started. I've just got some, I think it's a cotton acrylic mix right here. With a, I think 3.5mm hook right there. Now we're going to start by making a magic loop. Now if you don't know how to make a magic loop, then I suggest you go to our channel and look for our crochet tutorials, because we've got one for a magic loop as well. So there we go. Let me just quickly do that. Alrighty. Now we're going to start by chaining 3. And that counts as the very first double crochet. So there we go, 3 chains. Now I'm going to double crochet 13 times into this ring. So we'll end up with these 3 chains, which counts as 1 double crochet, plus 13 more double crochets. So you'll have a total of 14 stitches in this round. So, oops, that's number 1. 2, 13. So these are our 14 total stitches. Now it doesn't look like much of a circle at the moment, so let's just pull this magic circle closed, and magic. So let me just count to be really sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exactly. Now I'm gonna close this up by making a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the first chain 3. It's always a bit tight, but there we go. And that's the first circle. So like right there is done. Alright, so the next round we're going to chain 3 again. And now the first 3 rounds, if you've made circles before, are just going to follow the basic principle of increasing to make a flat circle. Which means this next round we're going to do 2 double crochets into each stitch around. And then the next round we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet into the stitches of the previous round. So just have a look what I'm doing. So I did already the chain 3, which counts as the first stitch. And into that same stitch that was really tight, we're going to make 1 more double crochet. So we've had the 3 chains, which counts as the first one, plus 1 double crochet. So now we've got 2 stitches coming out of that first stitch. And now we're going to just do 2 double crochets into each stitch around. Sorry, but struggled a bit with my language right there. So look, we've got 2, 2, and now we keep on doing that all the way around. So as you can see, I've got only 1 place left. Now it's always good to count along so that you don't end up with too many stitches suddenly. So we started with 14, which means this round needs to have 28 stitches. So there's my last one. I'm going to do a really quick count. "28 stitches. So now again we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 in the beginning. And there we go. There's our slip stitch, and our second round is done. So for the next round we're going to chain 3 again. Let me just get some more yarn. Alright, so now I'm going to do another double crochet into that same stitch. So into the very first one. And now in the next stitch I'm just going to do 1 double crochet. There we go. So we've got 2 and then 1. And now we're going to repeat that. So in the next stitch I'm going to do 2 double crochets again. 1 and 2. And the next one, just 1. So just repeat this pattern all the way around, and it means that at the very end, because you started with 2, you will end with only 1 before you slip stitch into the third chain right there. So I'm just going to keep on going, and then I'll get back to you once I reach the end. Alright, so I'm almost at the end. I just did 2 double crochets, which means I've got to do 1 in the very last one. So there we've got our finished third round. Now I just need to slip stitch into the top of that third chain again. Now you might have seen this before, but because I always find it really tricky getting underneath those 2 loops of the chain 3, I always use my actual hook bit to get underneath those 2 loops, and then I pull a little with my nail, and now I'm right where I need to be, and then I wiggle my hook in there, and then I'll grab the yarn and pull that through, to make that slip stitch. There we go, third round done. Alright, now for the next round we're going to start by chaining 3 again, but after that it's going to be a little bit different this time. So we've chained 3, and now we're going to chain 2, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to make a double crochet, not into the next stitch, but into the stitch after that. So we're going to skip 1, and then double crochet into the next one. So look, this is the stitch we're right above. We're going to skip this stitch, and then go into the next one, and make a double crochet there. Exactly. And then we're going to chain 2, and skip 1, and double crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. Chain 2, skip 1, double crochet. Chain 2, skip 1, double crochet into the next one. So you're going to keep on going like this, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so I've reached the end now. So now I chain 2 again, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the third chain of these 5 chains actually, because remember we made 5 at the very beginning. So make sure to slip stitch into the third one. So I'm going to just get in there and make a slip stitch, just to create that final spoke. There we go. So now we're going to chain 3. And now we're going to make 3 double crochets into that first space. So I didn't go into any stitches, I just made 3 double crochets into that space right there. Then we do 1 double crochet into the double crochet, and then again we do 3 double crochets into that chain space. Let me show you that again. So we did 3, and then sometimes you need to move the stitches aside a little bit so that you can see where to go in. So here's the double crochet, and right above that, underneath those 2 loops, there's like quite an obvious hole there to go into. You go in, and make a double crochet. And you keep on going like this. So always 3 in the space and then 1 on top of that double crochet. Like this. And you just keep on going like this until we reach the very end, where we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 right there. Alright, so we're almost at the end. Now I've done my 3 double crochets, 1 more on top here, oops, and then 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and now all that's left to do is slip stitch into the top of this chain space right there, top of the chain 3, slip stitch. I always pull the yarn through one more time, then I grab my scissors and snip it off long enough and just pull it out, pull it tight, and now that all that's left is sewing in the ends, the one in the middle and this one, and then you put yourself a really fun and cute coaster. It turned out a little bit smaller, I think, still a little big. I think I could go down maybe 1 more hook size, but what I like about it is that they are a little bit bigger, so when you have a cup or something, you put it in the middle and then you still have some space around it. Now you can always pull them, make them perfectly round by just pulling on them a little bit. You can also block them if you want by wetting them and letting them dry in the shape that you want. I think they're really fun and simple coasters to make. So if you have any questions, write a comment down below or just write us a message through the website, and yeah, I hope you have fun making these really simple coasters. Happy hooking!